Monday Health Minutes, sponsored by Valley Health.
Hi, I'm Melanie Schaefer. This is Valley Health Minutes. Today we are talking about the exciting time of bringing a new baby home. There are so many things to consider, and we are discussing that with pediatrician and internist Dr. Ryan Cicenas today. It's such an exciting time. What are things that parents can do to prepare to bring that new one home?
A variety of things. When I talk with new parents, we talk about basic smoke alarms in the house, fire extinguishers, things that before you have a child you don't quite think thoroughly through. And so definitely having smoke alarms, fire extinguishers for at least every, if you have 2 floors in the house, you need at least 2 fire extinguishers. I also talk about carbon monoxide detectors. So those families who have gas heat or have wood stoves, propane, or fireplaces do need to have carbon monoxide detectors in the house. It's one of those things that you may not sense the danger, but you definitely need to have it there to protect your children. I talk about hot water heaters. Generally, the hot water heaters should be set at no more than 120 degrees Fahrenheit. Just to protect the family, protect the baby if someone were to turn the faucet on accidentally. A short term would not harm a baby. A short term exposure to that would not harm a baby. I talk about basic things like starting to baby-proof the house. I think
that's a big one. That can be overwhelming to parents.
Oh, it is. And the good thing is you have a little time.
They don't come out mobile.
No,
that's good.
No, they don't. But it is a good idea to get started early. So I talk about putting chemicals up, gates near stairs, the top of the stairs, the bottom of the stairs. I talk with parents about putting covers near outlets. You want to look at bumpers near end tables, coffee tables. Have a crawling party. I tell parents, okay, get down on your hands and knees and have a crawling party. Anything that you can get to, the baby will eventually get to, and will put in their mouth. So I do think those are important to start with. If you have tablecloths, whatever's on that table is coming down.
Oh.
The baby will eventually pull that down when they're old enough, so get rid of the tablecloths. The latches on cabinet doors, the ones that even adults have trouble getting to,
right.
I do think are important to start putting in place before the baby were to come home or baby were to start taking off and crawling.
Those take some time to install. Something that parents really should think about too, they're so focused on making the nursery pretty, but sometimes that nursery bedding is exactly what babies don't need in the crib. Let's talk about what is and is not appropriate in the crib.
So, this is absolutely an important thing. When the CDC and the American Academy of Pediatrics have guidelines as far as you want a firm mattress, one that's approved by them, in a bassinet or a crib. Now, something else that's important, it is recommended by the American Academy of Pediatrics to have the baby sleep in the parent's room for at least the first 6 months of life.
But not in their bed, just in their room.
Never in their bed. Absolutely never in their bed, because that's one of the most common causes of SIDS, sudden infant death syndrome. So before the baby comes home, you want to build that bassinet or build that crib, but put it in the parent's room. You want to keep it away from windows, keep it away from furniture or heating elements or lights, etc. And again, a firm mattress with a sheet that is snugly on the mattress, nothing extra in there. That's one of the things a lot of new parents want to put stuffed animals and bumpers and other toys in the crib, but we recommend none of that. All of those things can potentially increase the risk of SIDS. So definitely none of that. Simple mattress, simple sheet.
Let's talk about pets in the home. What can parents do to prepare the newborn and the fur babies in the house?
Well, certainly pets are important parts of so many families. Choose a pet that is family friendly. You want to make sure that your cat, dog, or whatever pet has had all their immunizations, their shots from the veterinarian. The other thing I would certainly recommend is never leaving a baby alone with a pet, and always supervised with that.
And finally, so many people want to come and see your new bundle of joy. What's your recommendation as far as visitors go? When's the right time, and what should visitors be doing?
So that is a tough one. A new baby is a joy for everyone, for family, for friends, and a lot do want to visit. Take advantage of grandparents, of aunts and uncles, anyone that's willing to help you, because I always tell parents you're in boot camp for the first few months. It is tough raising a baby, so if you do have help, take advantage of that. But be more particular about that. If anyone is sick, you don't want them around the baby. Anybody who comes near the baby, you want to make sure that they're washing their hands, they're using alcohol gel, or using gloves with that. One of the other things I tell parents, you're inevitably going to have some relatives or some friends that you really don't want around the baby. You want to limit who comes to see the baby. And so one of the ways to limit that exposure is to blame it on the doctor. No, don't come near the baby. Why don't you wait for a few months until we've had the first set of shots, which are at 2 months of age. No, the doctor said so. So blame it on the doctor. I don't mind being the bad guy. And that way, family and friends don't get angry at the parents.
Don't get their feelings hurt.
Exactly.
It gives us a little bit more space.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Dr. Cicenas, so many things to think about in such a joyful, very busy time for parents. So we'll take it all into consideration. Thanks so much.
You're welcome.
Thanks for being here for Valley Health Minutes. We'll see you next Monday.